Hello guys, this is the Daily Hoof. If you love horses, or you're learning about horse care, you're in the right place. Today we're focusing on something every horse owner or handler needs to know, hoof cleaning. So let's head over to the barn and get started.
Step number 1, let's get this hoof trimmed up. You'll notice that inside claw, that claw I'm trimming right now, looks much larger than that lateral claw. But it really isn't. It's slightly larger, but not all that much larger. It's just that camera angle gives it that appearance. You'll notice at the end of the video, you'll be able to see they're exactly the same length. You'll notice as I'm trimming here, I pause for a second, and that's because my knife didn't feel quite right underneath there, and as I took a look, I could see that this sole is not perfectly flat underneath. You'll be able to see why later on. If you're wondering what some of those sounds are in the background, that beeping, that's the backup alarm for the feed truck and the skid steers. Even though I don't show it a lot in the videos, there's a lot going on in the farms while I'm trimming. Everything is happening as it would any other day, from the skid steers cleaning the pens to the backup alarm you hear on the feed truck. That's feeding all these cows on this particular farm. That whirring noise you hear, that little hum in the background, that's actually a fan that's positioned right above me. Proper ventilation is key for dairy cattle. So even though the temps have cooled off, those fans are still pulling air through those barns, keeping it nice and fresh for those cows. Can you see it yet? It's there, it's just covered up. But before we get this claw wet, let's get it all cleaned up and get a block on it. This wheel here really isn't used to remove material, it's just used to rough that claw up so that glue sticks a little better. Now the unveil, and you'll be able to see why that sole wasn't perfectly flat underneath. What's the #1 reason for a complicated lesion? That's right, DD infiltration and colonization of the site, and that is why we treat it with chlorhexidine and a salicylic acid wrap. Coming right up. And that's a wrap for today, guys. As always, thanks for watching, and we will see you all on the next one.
Right, so our first job on this today, guys, is to get these nails out. So this one has pulled the shoe off, and obviously the nails have stayed inside, so we've got to remove these before we do anything. See that there? Just the snapped off part of the nail. It's another one. They all seem to be coming out fairly easy, which is nice. Oh, so he says. There's always going to be one difficult one. Got to be careful because you don't want it to snap off and stay in the hoof. You know, that one was quite a longer one, and what can happen is as you're pulling them, they can snap off at the top and stay in the hoof, so it's never good when that happens. It's a right pain, but we've managed there. Right, guys, so we'll just start cleaning up the bottom part of this hoof now, seeing what we've got to work with, because he does need shoes back on today, and his feet are like concrete. I'm sure some of the Americans watching laugh at me saying these feet are like concrete. I know you guys over there, especially where it's hot, this is probably nothing to you, but they feel hard to me, these feet. You can see there's not much here, so we'll just go lightly. Just from where he's taken his shoe off and he's worn his foot down, that's where he's worn it down the most, so we don't want to go too hard at that. Quite a bit more on this inside. Try and even this foot up a little bit. Try and get a bit of good symmetry to it. Just to let you guys know, those nails in his feet, they won't actually be hurting him or anything. They are just the old nails from the previous shoeing that have sheared off. So he'll have been running around the field. He's probably come to a skidding stop. And you've got to think those nails are dead thin. So when he's come to a stop, they'll have just sheared off and he'll have had half the nail in his foot and then the other half will be in the shoe, which will be in the field somewhere. So there'll be no pain there at all for him. Right, give this side a neaten up now, address forward. He's just getting a bit of a fidget at the minute. He's seeing all his friends going out in the field and, well, he's stuck here with me, unfortunately, poor lad. I think he's just feeling a bit frustrated at the minute. You alright, big man?